The New Orleans Saints are finally making a game-changing roster move, signing one of the biggest free agents left on the market. Now, according to Ian Rappaport, the Saints are expected to sign former Commanders and 49ers pass rusher Chase Young, a new weapon off the edge, alongside a guy like Cameron Jordan, who's been doing it his entire career. The 2020 number 2 overall selection is going to get a fresh start after playing half a season with the 49ers. Obviously, they didn't have enough cap space to bring him back to the team, which will now allow the Saints to pretty much just take him off the market. Now, in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about Chase Young and what he brings to this Saints defense. But also, before we get into the video, make sure you guys do me a big favor. Subscribe if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we're going to be covering the Saints for the rest of the offseason. Also, drop down a letter grade down below in the comment section of this signing. I'm going to give it a solid A-. I think they needed to bring in some more edge rush, and this is definitely a guy that will help. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing you notice about Chase Young when breaking down his film and looking at his stats and his bio was, he was the number 2 overall pick back in 2020 for the Washington Commanders. Now, the thing about Chase Young is he has never really lived up to the expectation, lived up to the hype of being that number 2 overall draft pick. Not only that, but he's also struggled to stay healthy. 2022 only played 3 games, 2021 played 9 games, and then going to 2023 actually played 16 games, 7 for Washington, and then 9 for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, over his last season, or last half a season, with the 49ers, had only 5 solo tackles, 2.5 sacks, and pretty much was nothing spectacular. And that's why the 49ers decided, you know what, let's actually not give him a major extension and let him hit the free agency market. However, we see this a lot in the NFL where you have former number 2, 3, 4 overall draft picks that, don't start their career off so well, but a change of scenery, a fresh start could always make someone go from being mid to really, really good. We see in the NFL a lot. Now, the Saints do a really good job developing older guys, or developing younger guys, I should say, right? I mean, we've seen a little bit with, Carl Granderson looks pretty good for them at a, certain point in time. They're still trying to develop Peyton Turner a little bit, but I think Chase Young gives you a new dynamic of, another edge rusher alongside Cameron Jordan. Now, when you look at the Saints from last season, they ranked 29 in sack percentage, so might as well go out there, give it your best shot, sign a guy who was one of the best edge rushers that we saw coming out of college that season. Now, like we said, he never lived up to the expectations, but if he can, you probably have one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, or duo in the NFL, with Cam Jordan and Chase Young. Now, obviously, it's kind of a high risk, potentially high reward situation with Chase Young, because if he doesn't hit, if he's not a good draft or a good pickup here, then you might have just wasted some money. Now, at the same time, we don't know, or I don't know at the time of recording this, I don't know how much money he's going to make. But at the end of the day, it's worth taking the risk, right? Now, why I say that is last season their defense was really bad in terms of getting to the quarterback, and that was the only thing they really struggled in terms of the pass game. Running-wise, they really weren't great, right? Allowed the 22nd most yards allowed per rush, or yards allowed per game in the rushing game. Were 23 in yards allowed per rush. So obviously they need to get better in the run stopping ability. Chase Young, not really amazing in that category. However, his first 2 seasons had like 15 run stuffs. So pretty good in that aspect. So I think Chase Young is a guy who, comes in here. You really want him to succeed, really want him to, hit that threshold, really hit that true potential. But I'm going to give it an A-, man. I'm not going to say he's going to come out here and absolutely dominate the world, but I'm going to give it an A- strictly because of the potential, right? Former number 2 overall pick, you love the potential. If he can break out, you have one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, and that's just, from a skill standpoint. We'll see what he does with the Saints next season. I think there's still so much work to do if you're the Saints. You bring in Cedric Wilson and Stanley Morgan, Willie Gay, and now Chase Young. But again, there's still so much work to do. Let me know what you guys think they should do next. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Okay, so as I was about to finish recording this video, I did notice that we have a compensation update. Free agent Chase Young plans to sign a 1-year, fully guaranteed $13 million deal with the Saints. So basically, this is a lot better than I thought. I thought they were going to give him a 3 or 4 year deal long term, but this is beautiful, right? 1 year, prove it deal, help you compete, help you try to win a championship, but also if he plays really, really good for him, it can make him a bag next offseason. But if you're the Saints, you can also re-sign him to a major extension. So as we go further in, I'm starting to like this move a little more as I see, especially this deal. I think is actually really low risk, potentially high reward situation. Now hit the like button, join the family. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.